Hey, so it is my birthday. As of this morning, I am 33 years old now. So to celebrate, I'm actually thinking about busting out my Smithsonian Human book. I don't know why, I just have the urge to look through it. Um, and I want crabs, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get them today or if I'm going to get them Saturday. I'll probably get them today. Uh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's get into the meat of the topic, shall we? The everything is leftist fallacy. Now, this is something that I've wanted to talk about for a little while now, because it's a behavior that I've noticed on both the left and the right. And they manifest this differently, and I'll get into that. Uh, so, essentially, leftists love to say that everything that they like is leftist. Everything that anyone likes really is leftist. And this simply isn't the case. Not everyone throughout history has been leftist. An example of this is that they will say that the punks are leftist, or the punks were leftist. But at the same time, they will say that the academics were leftist. The academics who the punks were rebelling against were leftist. So, if you have one group that is the mainstream and another group that is the counterculture, they are rebelling against the mainstream, they cannot both be of the same thing. They by definition, have to be opposites. They have to be different. And this sort of claim happens all the time. Leftists will love claiming everything that people like, whether it's other people liking it, or whether it's just the leftists who like it, whether it's something that worked or something that did good for the people. Leftists love claiming it. And leftists, and as I already said, they often contradict themselves, because in many cases they will claim that the mainstream was leftist, while at the same time they will claim that the counterculture was leftist. This is a contradiction. This is where the fallacy comes into play. And of course, not everyone has been leftist. And not everyone would be considered leftist today. Although some people who were considered leftists at one point are now considered right-wing. And some people who were considered right-wing back in the day are now considered leftists. It's a very complicated schema. Reality is much more complex than most people want to admit. Now, as for the opposing side, the right wing also engages in this fallacy. However, instead of everything I like being leftism, it is everything I don't like is leftism. And this is also a fallacy, because you get things like, well, the National Socialists are left-wing. Well, using the standards of the time, using the standards of like the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, the National Socialists were left-wing. However, using modern standards, they do come up on the right wing. They are in the authoritarian right, but they are on the right wing. And so people on the right love to say that because the Nazis were left wing, and therefore they are left wing now. And if you are left wing, you are comparable to a Nazi. This isn't the case. That's not true. That's not honest. And you have to factor in the shift in culture, the shift in paradigm, the shift in measurement. in how we measure what is left and what is right. You have to account for these things. And again, people don't want to admit that reality is more complex than they would like it to be. Then you get, of course, there is one more side of this, and this is the everything I don't like is right wing. Everything I don't like is right wing, and this is what the left does. The left does this. They will say that fascism was right wing. First off, Mussolini was a leftist. If you take the policies that Mussolini supported and put it into a modern-day political compass test, you end up on the left. It is the authoritarian left, but it is the left. And then, of course, you got the Falange, which is the Spanish fascists. They supported race mixing. They supported syndicalism. They supported class conflict. To say that they were not leftists is just ridiculous. So this is a shorter video, but I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this back last year, right after I made that video about punk. And it came to my attention again because that video has continued to get views and has continued to get comments on it. And so I wanted to talk about that again. And I might actually redo the punk video with this new microphone, with this new laptop, with a longer form, addressing more arguments that have been made against me, because a lot of people have been arguing horribly against it. And they do very, very poor job of arguing against what I said. And so I might redo that and just address the arguments. But not today. That's about all. Thank you for watching. Peace.